Disclaimer. In accordance with the ACA Code of Ethics, Section C, Subsection 8, Part A, Responsibility to Other Professionals, Personal and Public Statements, which states, when making personal statements in a public context, counselors clarify that they are speaking from their personal perspectives and that they are not speaking on behalf of all counselors or the profession, as much as I wish I was. As such, everything here should be taken as my personal views on the statements, behavior, and clinical views of anyone or any institution discussed in the contents of this video. Hey everyone. So I was thinking about it and I realized that the conversation about Sasha Ayad is fairly fucking long. And what I decided to do was recut it into 3 separate sections, I think for ease of watching. I'm going to put this bumper at the beginning of each video. Feel free to skip past it and get right into it. But I feel like this way, in case you want to share this and someone doesn't have the hour and a half, they can at least start the process. So thank you so much and enjoy. Let me be super clear. These people cannot use actual argumentation. They can't actually use real data because everything goes against them. So they fabricate it. In every way, shape, or form, they fabricate it. Let's see what we got in chat. I just told my mom I was watching someone called Trans Girl Therapist and she's now concerned I'll transition. Lol. Whoa. Wow, the contagion theory is real. I take back everything I said. Oh, no, not that one. It's the one with the gentleman on the front. Little hat, little beard. It was probably posted by me. Nope, that one, I have access to that one. I don't. Yeah, it's the story... detransitioner or trans man. Yeah. I mean, you guys get why this is so fucked, right? Like, this is literally people. Yeah, no, that's a face. That's a face palm for mom. Like, holy shit. Concern's a strong word. Like, is he a she? She's a lib. Oh, dear God. Did someone just... Oh, it's probably someone actually messaging me. Whatever, I don't care. I'm good in my cave, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. TERF dog whistles are no different than Nazi dog whistles. Once you notice them, you notice all of them. Again, one of the reasons why these people are always wrong is because they never account for everything. For example, autogynephilia, as she says here, doesn't account for lesbians, bisexuals, asexual, trans women. Again, if this was a paraphilia, they wouldn't necessarily need another person, like unless it was like a man to reify their gender. Oof. Big oof. Yeah. The problem I have with people like this is that here's how it goes. Hi, I'm a parent that's concerned that my kid is one of the transes. And instead of actually talking to someone who knows what they're talking about, I go to someone who looks like they know what they're talking about. And I could do this either for fallacious reasons because I want to convince my kid it's not true, because I want to harm them, because I'm more concerned with their image than I am with their actual well-being. Or, and this is the big part, or they could genuinely be bamboozled by these motherfuckers. That's the worry I have. Bad faith actors as parents are always going to happen. I've talked about authoritarian parenting on this stream numerous times. No, they will rationalize this and they will see this person and see that this is doing some kind of harm. Oh, that's exactly the right one, Zena. Fucking pog. And this is why I love my fucking partner, because they are so good at stuff. So this is another one I'll put in there because I'm going to bury you motherfuckers and stuff. Detransition as conversion therapy. A survivor speaks out. So this person, for 7 years, I lived as a detransition woman. I believed that I had transitioned to cope with trauma and internalized sexism, that I had been trying to escape the stigma of being a butch lesbian in a homophobic society. This is how they fucking get you. I blogged and made videos under the name Crash Chaos Cat, or Crash for short, presented workshops, and helped organize in-person gatherings for detransition and re-identified women. I was profiled in the outline. Yeah, this is a former fucking TERF. And you know what? They're regretful as fuck. And you know what they talk about? These motherfuckers are a cult. I'll put this in the goddamn description.
At first it seemed to work, though it helped that my sense of gender had already shifted in a more female direction on its own before I ever considered myself detransitioned. I had long felt like a blend of trans masculine and butch, but had spent most of my young adulthood living as a trans man, largely because I worried people would not understand my gender complexity. In my mid-20s, I started feeling more like a dyke and wishing I could be seen as a genderqueer female person. I had never lived as an adult butch woman and was curious about exploring that possibility. I didn't think of myself as detransitioning, more as exploring and experimenting with my gender.
Yeah. So after embracing radical feminism, I rejected my gender complexity in favor of declaring myself as a woman who had been so hurt so badly by sexism. Remember what we just saw from the detransitioners fucking video, or what this woman backs? Dude, it all fucking connects. It all fucking connects. And this is how it always goes.
Eventually though, my trans masculinity and gender queerness came back with a vengeance. At first I interpreted this in as episode of gender dysphoria, brought on by stress in my life. In the detrans women's community, gender dysphoria is separated from trans identity and treated like a symptom to be managed, much like ex-gays draw a distinction from experiencing same-sex attraction and identifying as gay. We rejected the whole concept of gender identity. Biological sex was real, but gender identity was false consciousness stemming from gender roles and sex stereotypes. We weren't trying to change gender identity as much as we were trying to eradicate it, privileging radical feminist theory over our internal sense of self. So I dutifully treated my re-emerging gender identities as delusions to work through. Living as a woman felt increasingly wrong, but I was terrified of giving up the life I had built as a detransitioned lesbian with a prominent role in the detrans women's community. I struggled with these feelings, doing my best to keep them in check, for 3 years.
Can you imagine the horror for this person? The sheer horror of being like, I know I'm trans. Not only does it smell like sunk cost, but I'll even call that out. I think this is totally reasonable. Yeah, this is literally brainwashing. Yeah, brainwashing, Patricia. I'm going to call you on that one. No, it's brainwashing. Yeah, it's literally convincing them that your gender identity is not real. And then, yeah, Sam Levy, this is indeed sad. This is what I've been working on this whole weekend. This is the shit that I've been talking about. These types of therapists, this type of therapist is the type of people that do very real harm in my profession. And this is exactly why mental health is political. You can never let anyone think otherwise. People that think mental health professionals are not political are either idiots or people who operate under a very old definition of who we are. And let me be clear, that definition was never true. Oh yeah, no, Tiamat's spitting fucking fire fucking tonight. That is terrifying. I can't imagine going through all that. Yeah, feel fucking for this person. Jesus Christ. Right? Like, listen to this. Talk about the fucking cult fucking this is love bombing. We love you. It's okay. You're not really a trans man.
Multiple detransitioned women were threatened when I started making peace with my past transition and decided that it hadn't been as damaging as I had initially thought. I used to hate myself for having transitioned and felt deep despair about it. Sometimes I felt like transitioning had messed my life up so badly that I wanted to die. I gradually realized that transitioning in the past in no way prevented me from having the kind of life I wanted. I realized I still would have faced many of the same problems in my life even if I hadn't transitioned. I understood why I had gotten upset in the past, but when I put things in perspective, my past transition stopped seeming like a disaster and more like just another part of my life.
True.
This was an important positive shift for me, a huge relief. I no longer felt depressed or suicidal about transitioning. I was happy that my past was no longer causing me tremendous pain.
Do you know what this reminds me of? If you've ever seen like alienating parents, one of the things they'll do is they'll tell the kid, you know, all that pain you're feeling from the divorce, you're feeling really bad. Well, that's because of the other parent. Well, TERFs do something similar. You feel all that pain from not transitioning or detransitioning. That's just sexism. that's just all the damage that sexism and misogyny have done to you. When in reality, the person's suffering inside. And the problem is that balm of fucking telling someone what it is when it's not, it doesn't work long term. And this is why the issue of people being trans doesn't just go away. This is my problem. Being trans is real. It is a thing that exists. If this was somehow just a delusion, spoiler, our bodies wouldn't be built this way to accept hormones and be able to change. Our bodies wouldn't be able to be reconfigured in the ways that we do so. If this wasn't something that was very truly within human beings, we wouldn't have historical references to it from eons back. All right, I'll move back from the mic. Apparently I'm clipping. We'll try that now. But here's the thing. This person went through this because TERFs are by definition a cult. They are harmful. They are damaging. And the simple fact of the matter is that this woman, I believe, is one. That's not me trying to slander her or anything like that. And it's me not trying to make a statement as the rest of counselors. It's that I believe, as Jess, that this person is a monster. People like this, whether they think they're doing good or whether they think that they're doing this to screw the transes, it doesn't matter. Your intentions are meaningless. They only do is they change the scale of the fucking pain. Hi, Cat Jam. How are you? The fact of the matter is this. If it's unintentional, then you need to fix it because the data's out there and you're ignoring it. Or, much like that detransitioned person who retransitioned, you have to break out. But if you're doing this intentionally, create harm and to hurt trans people, guess what? That's a problem for me. And going forward, I'm going to keep an eye on Sasha's work. Because I think that it's something that needs to be observed, and I think it's something that needs to be talked about. And I'm going to look for any of these motherfuckers when they show up on YouTube or when they become a problem, because the fact is I work with trans kids, and I will fucking protect these people like a goddamn mother bear. There is no reason to stop kids. They go through a process that is long and arduous. Ones with fucking doctors, ones with fucking psychologists, therapists, psychiatrists. There are so many professionals involved and so many parents and so much time and so much making sure of. It's one of the reasons why we make sure we try to understand this stuff early. Because if we can understand it early, if we can catch the stuff early, it gives us the time to do this. But transphobes like this lady want us to go through and stop from having any sort of real questions about this. They want to convince your kids that they're not transgender. And what that leads to is them dying. They tout arguments saying that after transition, people commit suicide. Spoiler alert, that's because of social conditions from people like this. Vosh has argued this. Contra has argued this. Demon Mama has argued this. Do I need to go on? But this is my wheelhouse. Fucking mental health professionals, and specifically another licensed professional counselor, same as me. I'm aware of the green Kachik. So yeah, I'm not speaking for counselors, but I damn well want to get the power to do so. Because the fact of the matter is, if I had the power, people like this wouldn't be able to practice because I would look at them as a demonstrable harm. The fact that they're allowed to practice either means that the watchful eye of licensure hasn't found them, or there's a significant problem in mental health. I'm betting the second. This is why this channel exists. This is why I do what I do. Yeah, he's jamming. Does this make sense, folks? Like, are we on the same page? This woman's doing, like, the tour circuit on fucking, like, alt-right people. She supports a fucking, like, documentary called Dysphoric. These people will whine about girls transitioning. Again, why are they so worried about girls/trans men, non-binary people, AFAB people? Because it's an easy thing. Again, let's talk about it. Licensing laws do not always or even match up with codes of ethics. Fucking true, Hanging Wednesday. The reality of the fact is this. This whole thing is disturbing. And if you know anyone that works with someone like this, tell them to pull their kid out. Tell them to watch this video. Tell them to look up the data and the research, not just from fucking random bullshit. I want people like this to not have these videos. I want people like this to not work in my field. Every training I go to, I run into these people. And it's not because they're growing in numbers or intelligent. It's because they're pervasive and try to shut down any conversations. Oh, yeah. It's the concern trolling towards AFAB people and then the fear mongering towards AMAB people, right? We're predators that are going to attack people in the fucking dressing room. But goddamn trans men, oh no, they're just girls that have been confused and bewildered by the transes. So this is how this goes. I am not going to stay quiet on this shit. Do you get me? Do you understand? This woman is behaving unethically, and I've demonstrated that in every conceivable way. You don't believe me? I'll link the APA Code of Ethics in the description. You don't think that she's wrong about rapid onset gender dysphoria? I'll include the articles I'm using, including the Florence, Florence? Can't do names today. My brain just died. Oh, Florence Ashley, excuse me. Yeah, I'll include her entire piece of giant-ass research discussing this in the Sociological Reviews monograms. Like, you don't understand the, did I say APA? It's ACA. Fuck APA. Fuck APA. Fuck psychologists. Whatever. I don't even know those people. But no, in all honesty, yeah. ACA Code of Ethics 2014 outlines at least 3 ways this is unethical behavior. It's unethical because, and we will talk about this in depth, because 1, it is not based on real scientific data that has had consensus. It's based on bullshit. 2, when using these types of things, they don't tell them the risks that these kids could absolutely end up hurting themselves or end up miserable by not transitioning. And lastly, harmful practices. These people are no different than conversion therapy. If someone came into my office and asked for me to do conversion therapy, I would tell them kindly no. And if someone said, please fix my kid so they don't be a trans, I would also tell them no. I've dealt with parents like that, and they pulled their kid after the first time. Because I wasn't just immediately condemning them or questioning them like an interrogation. Do you guys get this? Like, does this make sense? I know it seems like I'm being alarmist, but I really need it to be super clear. This shit is not okay. And these people are now being platformed in areas that we're not going to see. Like, obviously, the one guy, the Republican, the fucking contrarian, it's another Matt Walsh. It's another asshole. Look at the people he platforms. Look at the discussions he has. Right? And this is why I'm bringing this to your guys' attention, because the reality is mental health stuff slips under the radar. You're not going to see Vosh talking about Sasha Ayad unless she shows up on Joe Rogan. Because Joe Rogan's a giant transphobe. You're not going to see Sasha Ayad show up on Demon Mama because, generally speaking, she's not that obvious. She's happening on a fucking puppetry channel. And honestly, at this point, Barnaby Dixon is kind of suspect. Full stop. I don't know what this person's politics are, but he seems very interested in platforming this woman. So I'm just going to say this very simply. Finish your stuff. It doesn't sound like you're being alarmist to me. This sort of toxicity is scarily everywhere. The more attention brought to how wrong TERFs talking bits are, the better. And this is why everyone needs to interview their therapist, as just mentioned in another video. Fucking true. Interview your therapist. Ask how they voted. If they voted for fucking Trump, spoiler, get the fuck out. That's the reality. Interview your therapist. Ask questions. What are their ethics? What are their views? Shit, I'm going to put in this end of this video, if I remember, I'm going to put into how to find a therapist. Because again, as I've stated before, 1, find therapists, ask questions, interview them. 2, all therapists, at least counselors, I've gone through their code of ethics. I did it at the beginning of this channel when our stuff looked way worse and my sound was way worse. But yeah, you know what? The argument still stands. The fact of the matter is that I still believe that to be a fucking counselor, you have to be a leftist or a liberal. To be otherwise means you are absolutely incongruent with our ethics. You cannot look a trans woman in the face supporting her and then immediately vote against her best interest. To do that, at best case scenario, is incongruent. At worst case, it means you're a fucking monster. So the reality of the situation is this. People like Sasha Ayad, MED, LPC are an issue. Oh yeah, absolutely for people of color, for race. Yeah, no, I have so many stories about the EFT training. Oh, not just a monster, but a two-faced monster. Fucking true. So that's where we're going to end this. I need you guys to understand this. Ask your therapist questions. Get information. Get good results. Keep searching. I know it's frustrating. I know it's scary. But you cannot find people like this. And if your parents take you to someone like this, point it out to them. Give them the articles. If they don't want to listen, just don't talk. Do not be forced to talk yourself out of who you are. If you know who you are, if you were assigned male at birth, but you know you're a girl, you really know in every way. Yeah, shock at you face, Cat Jam. Like, if you know that, don't let these fuckers talk you out of it. They're doing it for political points. For every person they convince out, they get a free cookie and another dead kid. Knock this shit off. Now, again, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell. Seriously, we need all the help we can get here. I'm trying to get to 1,000 by the end of my birthday, which is the 16th. Sadly, I'm going to be 40. Erg. We're also trying to reach a camera goal. If you want, donate. It really helps. I'm the only person working in my household. It means a lot. You can donate at streamlabs.com/transgirltherapist/tip. I'm not a boomer, Cat Jam. Shut your fucking mouth. Goddamn. Not a fucking boomer. I'm a goddamn early millennial. 81. Fight me. It's in the Discord, Christian. If you want to join Discord, if someone wants to post the Discord in YouTube chat, it's the one that Vosh mentioned as a good example of a webcam. I will look at it real quick. It is the Logitech Brio UHD 4K webcam. It's like the best webcam you can get before you get into a $1,000 professional one. Elder millennial or zillennial, thank you. Yeah, speaking as the other person that's that. Oh, fucking old motherfuckers we are. Jesus Christ. You turned into a Muslim and I turned into a girl. Shit happens weird, man. Holy fuck. Cat Jam is a doofus, but we love Cat Jam. Cat Jam, subscribe. Fucking God. Anyway, if you want to donate, streamlabs.com/transgirltherapist. It'll be in the fucking chats. Mods do the thing. You can also become a patron. Patreon.com/transgirltherapist. You can become a patron as low as $3. You can get up to $45. We have monthly meetings of discussions of things like mindfulness, self-care, maybe doing some gaming. We really want to get people in those upper tiers because there's a lot of cool ideas me and Zena have. Hell, we have one person in our chat, Quinn, who's really interested in actually like running a D&D game for one of the tiers. That's fucking pog. Right? Like, guys, it's never been a better time to fucking donate and support. I think what we're doing here is great. The fact that a bunch of alt-right fuckers like rated us at the beginning, posting dicks and yelling the N-word is kind of proof that they're threatened. They don't realize that. They think, oh, I'm just going to piss off the trans girl. But guess what? They telegraph this shit really well. So, yeah, it's a sign that I'm getting popular. Lucky fucking me. Is that Lily Orchard? Sorry, personal joke. No, that's her. She's a joke. Anyway, I'm gonna stop serving tea now. I need to drink some water and maybe a glass of water. And I'm gonna say this. I love you guys. Please like, subscribe, do all the stuff, donate, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. All right? Bye. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Also consider donating to the channel. You can donate at streamlabs.com/transgirltherapist/tip or at patreon.com and become a patron. Patreon.com/transgirltherapist.